Hi and welcome to another mod installation video. Today I'm looking at Quake once again with actually a combination of two mods that I thought I'd throw together to see if they would work for one gameplay experience, and thankfully they do. The first one being the Inferno modification for Quake 1 along with the Epiquake sound overhaul. So for the Inferno modification, what it aims to do is to replace the difficulty, or the hardest difficulty that you can get on Quake 1, which is Nightmare, and make it even more hardcore, different enemy locations, more blood, more secrets, just generally a tweaked version of the original, but more difficult. And the Epiquake, as I said, it's a sound and music overhaul, which might not be to everyone's tastes. Not so much that it's not a good piece of work, because I certainly think it is, but some people, and to some degree myself included, like the original sounds and the original music. But I'm always keen to try out new things and to see if I can improve on the experience, and I thought this was worth including in the sort of mod compilation. So to use both of these, what you're going to need is a source port. So I've used Dark Places here, which you need to choose the relevant download for your machine. I don't actually know if I chose the optimal download here, but I went for this one, and I'm now starting to think that maybe I should have gone for this one. But I don't think it really matters because it works anyway, so just choose the one that you think you'll need. I'm using Windows 7 64-bit, so that's possibly I did choose the right one. I'm not too sure. I'm a little bit vague on this sort of thing. But as I say, it works, which is the main thing. So once you've downloaded Dark Places, what you need to do is to go to your relevant directory for Quake. Mine's a Steam version, and all I've done is created a folder here called Quake Inferno, and I've literally just copied my Steam directory, Quake download, into that. So it looks a bit like this, but then what you need to do is to add the Dark Places download. So let's just bring that back up. Downloads, Dark Places. So you would then literally just select all of this and drop it into your Quake Inferno folder along with your Steam Quake files. So you've got basically quite a large series of files there. Once that's done, you then need to add the Quake Inferno files. So for the Quake Inferno files, you want to, as with all of these mods, you want to extract the information to a place on your computer. I tend to choose the desktop, simply for convenience. And then I extract the Pack 0 and the Pack 1 files, and it says here, into your Quake/id1 folder. So that's where they are here. And then it says the Inferno, which is this one here, in the folder with the Quake. So that would be the actual main folder, if you like. So you would put that into your main Quake folder. And there it rests, there it is. So that's the Quake Inferno installation sorted. And then finally, for the, where is it? I've lost it. There we are. For the Epiquake release, all you simply do is just copy the sound and the music files. They're actually, let's see if I can just widen this a bit. They're .pk3 files, which you tend to see used in various Doom source ports like Xandronum. But in this case, what you want to do is to copy those and place them in, let's have a look, it tells you here. Yeah, just place in your Dark Places /id1 folder. Again, it's just similar to before, really. It's in the same place that the Inferno pack files go, so you just place them there. So it's really quite easy, not too hard. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just tidy up things a little bit here, and then we'll load up Quake, and I'll play through the first level and just generally get a feel for the changes that these mods bring to the table. So I'll see you in a moment. Okay, so now that the mod's installed, or I should say the mods plural are installed, we now want to load it up. So you want to go to your Quake Inferno file, or wherever your mods are installed, and then just simply hit the darkplaces.exe. And when it loads up, you should hear a difference compared to what you would do normally. It's you can experience it by just moving the arrow keys around in the menu, and it should sound something a little bit like this. So as you can hear or see, it does sound and look a bit different. So the first thing we want to do is just to double check that we got the mods installed. So I'm going to go to Options, and I'm going to Browse Mods, and then I'm going to go to Inferno, and at the moment it's not currently installed, or enabled I should say, and I'm just going to move the arrow key to the right, and there it appears in the enabled mods, and then just hit return, or enter as it's often called these days. And then it will load up, but you'll come to a sort of a display a bit like this, and I'm just going to hit escape. And then we want to start a new game. Okay, so when you get to this particular screen, you should hear some music playing, which is the Epic Quake music soundtrack, which I might just turn down a touch for this video actually. So let's do that. Just drop that down a bit, and the sound volume I've got to about 50%. I would enable the full lighting, but it can cause graphical corruption, so I'm just going to have to stick with high, unfortunately. So some of the features that are enabled in the sound pack are things like when you jump it sounds different. The weapons will sound different, but we'll get to this when we actually start the main map. Now, in terms of Inferno and the difficulty spike, I have tried playing it on Nightmare, and it's pretty insane, to be honest. I think for my first playthrough, I'm just going to go and play it on easy, which is still going to be harder than you know, normal Quake can be. So let's just try that for this this particular video. So it's kind of easy, but on a harder difficulty than what easy normally is. Again, different sound there when you transport through the portal. And here we are. So normally with easy on sort of standard Quake, if I can call it that, you'd have no more than 10 kills, but on here it's 18. And things like the armor strength is varied as well. So let's get started. You may well find that the enemies in this are slightly tougher than normal as well. And if you look at the armor sort of points at the bottom left, when I collect it, it doesn't go to 100, it goes to 50. So the armor sort of points of protection is lower on this than it is in normal Quake. And you tend to get more dogs as well, as I remember. and there's also far less in the way of health lying around. And normally, if memory serves me right, you get a couple of medkits there. I think one there and one there. But they're gone. In terms of visual quality, it's pretty much the same as normal, as GL Quake. But the actual gameplay experience is very different. There are no shells there, which there normally are. Just started to think, actually, I could have played this on normal for this video, because it's probably not going to be too challenging. What I might do at the end of this particular map is go back and play it again, but play it on sort of Nightmare ×2 and see what that looks like. It's a nice touch up here. They got kind of like an enforcer that you would get in the future levels in normal Quake. I think some of the sounds take a bit of getting used to, because we're so used to hearing like the sound of a secret in the original Quake and so forth, but I quite like it. It makes a nice change. Right, so how am I doing? That's 17 out of 18 kills and 5 out of 6 secrets. So let's get the last secret. That's the biosuit. Can't actually get the armor because I haven't taken any damage to the original one, but as you can see, the enemy placement's different. There's a lot of little minor tweaks. So that's everything collected. So I think what I will do, just for entertainment purposes, is to restart this level, but on the hardest setting. And that should be quite amusing, actually, to see just how crazy the enemies are in this. So I'll pop back in a moment and we'll start again. Right, so here we are back at the beginning once again, but this time it's going to be a nightmare. You notice that I've got one shell left at the moment. So the number of kills that I could possibly get is 64 on this first level, and the secrets are the same, still 6. So ammunition and health have become very significant when it's done like this. Just a minor thing, I will mention that I think if you load the Dark Places EXE, it's the second one down, I think it's called Dark Places SDL EXE, you may get some sort of male speech when you pick up something like quad damage. It may say, you know, quad damage in a certain kind of voice, and I've used the standard EXE here, so we're not going to hear that, but it's only a minor thing. See the infighting going on there, which I don't think you normally see between. So I'm pretty knackered already. I can hear some infighting going on, so I'll gladly let them carry on doing that. Sounds like they finished doing it. But there's no health left, so you really do have to make the best of it. So wish me luck. And that's the strength of it. A couple of things I've noticed is that when you say save your position and you reload again, you sometimes have to enter your remap your controls, which doesn't take more than a few seconds because it's only Quake. It doesn't take long, but that's worth remembering. And also, for some reason, I use the mouse wheel to select my weapon. I can select it going forward, but I can't select the previous weapon by going back. But it shouldn't make much of a difference. So let's start the game again. Give it one more shot at ultra difficulty and see how I get on. Right, here we are again. I managed to do it earlier on quite easily, but I was certainly very injured at the end of it. But let's try it once more. Right, no shells left this time. Performance is a bit choppy for some reason this time. Hopefully it won't be too bad on the upload, but it shouldn't make too much difference. Right. There are infighting going on. Not sure I like the sound of the humanoids when they die. It's a little bit repetitive, a bit OTT, but it's alright. I'll get used to it, I suppose. Pretty injured again, so I wouldn't expect any miracles here. Yeah, I mean, this is the barely out the first room in the the first level, and I'm already pretty screwed. I think actually the performance hit is, I've got a feeling G-Sync's disconnected. So I may redo this. Alright, I got killed anyway, so it's a very good reason to restart and redo this section. So back in a moment. Right, so back here once again. Let's give it another go. This time with better performance. The difference this time is that I'm nearly dead, so you can see it's pretty much Russian roulette, really, whether you're going to make it out of here or not. I may well keep trying until I can get past this section, just so I can show you the first level. Because that would be nice to be able to show you the first level. But unfortunately, it's not going well. If I make it out of this, I'll be amazed. Right, okay, I'm still there. There's definitely a dog or two left. No! Right, okay, I made it, but I'm still pretty much screwed. Now there is health down there, isn't there, at the bottom? I'm not sure whether to go and get that first. I think I'll risk it actually and try this. That was unfortunate. Right, I'm just going to keep going for it and trying until I can get, you know, in a more advantageous position. Right, I'm just wondering if there's a certain strategy that I can use. Well, that went better than I thought it would. Yeah, I was just thinking I was reluctant to open that door knowing that one of those was around there. Right, let's see if I can do the same as last time. Right, I might be safe to lower myself now. Not sure about that. Right, okay, that went certainly better than I expected anyway, it's something. Right, let's try again. Another thing I forgot to mention is that in this version of Inferno Quake, you move faster, which is just as well, really, considering the difficulty curve. Right, it didn't make the sound I was hoping it would, so maybe I'm thinking of something else. So as you can tell, the nails sound different as well, which I don't mind. It's different. Right, getting very low on health again. Oh, that was the quad damage route, wasn't it? Yeah. So I may not make it once again. Yeah, that's like an enforcer that you see in other, I think I mentioned earlier that you see in other episodes. Move! Got caught on the brick there. Double barrel shotgun sounds pretty cool, actually. Right, I'm just going to pull back a bit because very easily going to get stuffed there. Right, I've got no nails left, so it's just here they come. Right, I think that's it. No nails at the end here like you would normally get. Right, is that everything? Still got 2 secrets to get and potentially 2 more enemies. I know where one of them's going to be. Right, let's go and grab that then. Where are you? Alright, he's not there. How strange. Yeah, I got them, okay. That was a bit... See, again, you never quite know what's going to happen. Right, I think that's everything. Apart from one secret, which... I think is this way. There we go. Right, so that's everything. So my advice is to play this probably on easy or normal. It's certainly a challenge if you want to go for higher than that, but for my first playthrough of Inferno Quake, it's going to be it's going to be on easy, just so I can have time to pause and notice all the changes of where things are, enemy placements. I don't even know if there is a yellow or red armor in this, not too sure, but it's great when you find a mod like this that you can then go through the whole game and experience it again with some tweaks. It's always you know, very refreshing, I find. So if you're interested in you know, trying this out, then the links will be in the description. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, and I'll see you next time in something else. Cheers for now.